His power is equal to that of a god!
What an impressive warrior! Did we take him too lightly?
Oh, wow, Goku is amazing. He calls this level Super Saiyan Blue.
Needles! No! I hate needles! Get me out of here!
Goku, Vegeta, and Whis are looking at each other and the atmosphere is tense. An energy of misunderstanding hangs in the air, and Goku is furious. Goku says, "We're not toys to be sent around. We're taking risk whenever the gods will so. I made up my mind. I will overcome them all, and in this way I will be free. I will free all mortals." Vegeta is impressed with Goku's attitude and can't believe what he just heard, but enters in the middle of discussion and says, "Well, I don't really identify with Kakarot at all, but this time he's right. Whenever something happens to the gods, mortals pay the price. This cannot happen anymore." Goku then continues to say, "Mr. Whis, I will leave now, and when you meet Mr. Beerus, say so, that soon I will face him, and it will be for the last time." Goku looks at Vegeta and says, "Let's go, Vegeta." Vegeta responds, "Don't give me orders, you insect." Vegeta touches Goku's shoulder, who concentrates and teleports back to Earth. Arriving there, Goku sees Gohan and the others, and everyone runs to hug Goku and Vegeta. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and as always, stay tuned in our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's go back to the point, shall we? But Vegeta doesn't want to hear about hugs and turns around, crossing his arms, and simply says, All right, just don't come pissing me off." At this point, Gohan starts to tell about all the adventures they had while they were away, and Goku can hardly believe it all. Vegeta is surprised to hear the stories and says, I can't believe Bulma turned into a Super Saiyan. It's dangerous, Bulma." Bulma approaches Vegeta and says, "Don't talk to your wife like that. You who disappeared and now you come with that poker face wanted to teach a moral lesson. Can you explain where you've been all this time?" Vegeta then explained everything that had happened while Gohan and the others watched and listened, along with Goku. And then Bulma starts talking. So it means you were prized. And you still have the nerve to fight me? You're a delinquent, Vegeta. I don't believe in such a thing. Don't come closer to me. No, don't come closer. No. Vegeta, after being scolded by his wife, is completely embarrassed and tries to explain himself. Bulma, no, it's not my fault. It was Kakarot's fault, this imbecile. And this discussion goes on for quite some time, until tempers begins to calm down again. And then after explaining, Goku is extremely upset with the position of the gods and says, "Guys, we can no longer accept what the gods do, and I decided that I would travel the universes and recruit the warriors who want to face the gods with me. Ever since I got the powers of a god killer, I have doubts whether or not to face the gods. But now I've decided there's no other alternative." Gohan approaches and says, "But Dad, if you start fighting the gods, it could cause a war that would end all the universes." And Goku responds, "I know, my son, but there's no other way. If we don't fight, at some point all universes will suffer. There's only one choice we have. And now I have powers to stop the gods." Gohan tries to say, "But Dad, we should think of another one." Goku stops him and says, "Don't worry, none of you need a fight. This is a journey I will walk alone." Everyone is extremely worried, and Vegeta says, "Kakarot, what if no one wants to join you?" Goku then responds, "As I said, Vegeta, this is a path that I will walk alone if necessary. We can no longer lower our heads and simply obey. The only thing I ask is that you protect the Earth in the meantime." Vegeta then responds, "This time I won't go with you, otherwise Bulma will get even more mad. But I hope you make it." Goku then confidently says, "I'll find a way." Gohan, still dissatisfied, says, "Dad, I think you should think better about this." Goku slaps Gohan on the shoulder and says, "You don't have to worry if something happens to me. I still have you and Goten to take care of your mother, right?" At this point, Gohan lowers his head and says, "It's okay, Dad. Good luck in your journey." Goku then uses his teleportation and disappears. As Beerus has not returned yet, Goku's first target would be the nearest universe. After all, there were also a destroyer god Champa, Beerus's brother. Goku had learned to use his god killer power to travel between universes without difficulty, so he could transition between one and another universe, and in this way, Goku decides to go to Universe 6. Meanwhile, in Champa's palace, we see Vados watching as Champa eats hundreds of bowls of food that he had gone to planet Earth from his universe to fetch. And Vados tries to warn him by saying, "Mr. Champa, if you keep eating like this, you end up exploding." Champa then says, "Shut up, woman!" He soon brings another bowl. Vados obeys and sees that there is no point of warning him, and so he goes on for a while. Meanwhile, we can observe a small planet where Goku had just arrived. He wanted to meet someone he knew, but he could feel the presence, but he could not locate it. In the distance, we see Hit watching, and then Hit says, "Why do I feel Goku's ki? What are you doing here, Goku? Do you want to fight me again?" How interesting. I think I'll ask in person. Goku walks across that plain until he hears a familiar voice. "Hey, Son Goku. How long has it been?" Goku looks to the side and answers, "At last I found you." Hit then comes over and asks, "What are you doing here? Came here to fight me again? Another round that you would like to lose?" Goku responds, "Actually, I came here to fight your god of destruction." Hit then says, "Oh, I understand. So you finally decided to become a god hunter, have you? Oh, I see. So you decided to become a bounty hunter like me, have you?" Goku responds, "That's not it. Just tell me how to find him, and stay out of my way." That didn't even look like the Goku we know anymore. The coldness and anger in his gaze made him dangerous and unpredictable. Hit responds, "You changed, Goku. But as it is, I think I owe you one. I'll tell you how to find him. Just travel to the center of the universe. When you're there, concentrate and try to feel the energy of destruction. If you find it, you'll know you found Champa." Goku responds, "Thanks. I'll be right then." Later, Goku says goodbye to Hit, and they go towards their destination. Goku arrives at the center of the universe, and there he begins to meditate, to concentrate until he feels the energy of destruction and then go towards it. Arriving there, he finds Vados, and when he sees Goku, Vados asks, "What are you doing here, Goku?" Goku responds, "I came to defeat Champa." Vados says, "He is sleeping. I can help with anything." Goku responds, "Wake him up." And then seeing how serious Goku is, Vados decides to do as he asks. Champa wakes up furious and runs towards Goku to find out what was going on, and when he gets there, Goku starts to say, "You arrogant gods! You don't understand how to value the power they have, and that's why I'm here, to correct your transgressions like gods." Champa is furious and wants to go after Goku. Vados then says, "Mr. Champa, you better watch out. There's something different with his eyes." Goku then says, "Vados, take us to a place where we can fight." Vados then hits her staff on the ground and teleports the two to the empty world. And so the two are face to face. Champa asks, "What do you want?" Goku responds with a smile on his face, "I want to defeat you, just that." Champa laughs. "Defeat me?" Goku answers, "And now it all starts. I'll end you." Goku heads towards him, and Champa goes towards Goku, and an intense glow of a flash takes over the air. A confrontation between Champa and Goku. Goku is furious with the gods, and when he sees Champa going towards him, he activates his God Killer transformation. At this moment, Champa watches and sees the strange form that Goku obtained, and then Champa screams, "Hey Goku! Where'd you get that form from? You couldn't do this before!" Goku then responds, "This transformation is something I got specially to face the gods." Champa then laughs. "Dude, you still haven't figured it out, have you?" Goku is confused and responds, "What do you mean I didn't notice?" Champa then says, "This way you are is something different from what you think. The more you use it, the more it takes away your lifespan. You are sacrificing yourself absolutely for nothing." Goku looks down at his hand and takes a deep breath, and in thoughts he says, I don't know if it's true, but even if it is, it's too late. I will use it anyway, even if in the end I ended up dying. Goku then looks at Champa and says, that doesn't matter. What really matters is that I can finish you off. Champa then responds, boy, you can try. At this moment, Champa disappears and appears behind Goku. He has his Hakai ready to exterminate Goku, who strikes his hand, causing the attack to dissipate. Champa spins around and lands a punch on Goku's face, who goes backwards. And with his tense aura, he strikes the air and goes towards Champa. Vados, who was watching everything, is impressed with how powerful Goku is. After all, now he's able to fight on equal footing against the god of destruction. Goku exchanges blows with Champa, and everything that exists around him is destroyed in an instant. Champa starts to get out of breath, but he doesn't find gaps in Goku's defense, and after thinking it would be a simple fight, he's starting to regret it. Champa then says, I have no choice but to use my secret weapon. At this point, Champa raises his hand and starts gathering energy for an attack. Goku, who had been sent away with an attack, recovers quickly and says, I'm not going to give you a chance to do whatever you're thinking. Vados, then seeing this massive energy that Champa gathers, screams, Mr. Champa, don't do that! This amount of energy will destroy this entire solar system! Goku quickly flies towards them, but the energy takes on unimaginable proportions, and not only is the solar system in danger, but the entire universe, which at that moment begins to shudder and countless planets begin to disintegrate. Goku then looks around and feels the energy of the entire universe. At this moment, Goku says, Alright, you can come with everything! Champa throws the energy sphere that was similar to a Hakai, but it was absurdly giant. All the planets that are around him starts to disappear. Stars are thrown away from that absurd force. It's going with everything on top of Goku, who stretches his arm then to block that attack with his hands. Goku concentrates, and when that powerful energy approaches and is about to touch him, it disappears, causing Goku to understand absolutely nothing. At this point, Goku is confused and says, Huh? But what was that? Where did the attack go? And then Goku realizes Champa is behind him, saying, So, you let your guard down, as planned. I want to see you escape from this. Hakai! Champa fires a Hakai at close range, hitting Goku. Not because he received all the energy of destruction directly into his body, but Goku resists and manages to contain it by making it pass through his body and focus on the palm of his hand. At this point, Goku sighs and says, Whew, that was very clever, and it's a pity it didn't work. But then throws that Hakai towards Champa, who is hit, but the attack has no effect. However, it was not all. Goku teleports and appears in front of the god of destruction, and with an extremely powerful concentrated ki in his hand, he unleashes an attack by piercing Champa's chest. That begins to agonize and says, You will never be able to kill a god! Goku then looks at him with a serious and somber look and says, Yes, I can, because I am a god killer! Goku, with his hand inside Champa's chest, used it as an attack he got with his transformation, something similar to the Hakai, but effective against the gods. And when shooting inside Champa's body, it disintegrates from the middle inside out. At this very moment, Goku's transformation ends and he begins to fall. Vados, who is right next to him, quickly grabs him and takes him to safety and starts standing to his wounds. A while passes until Goku wakes up. He's scared and can't understand where he is or how he got there until Vados appear next to him and he says, What do you want here? Do you want to get revenge for me breaking up the Champa? She answers, That's not it. I treated your wounds and stayed here with you while you healed. Goku asks, How long have I been unconscious? And she responds, Well, let's see. In human time, you were here for about 2 weeks. Goku is amazed at what he heard and said, I need to get out of here. I need to go after another god. Vados then says, That won't be so easy. You killed a deity, and soon you will have to explain yourself to the great Zeno. Goku then says, I don't owe anyone an explanation. The gods, the angels, you always think you can manipulate everything however you want, but now it won't be like that anymore. Vados says, I don't know what your motivations are, but I would like to follow you. Goku doesn't understand what she means and asks, Why do you want to follow me? She answers, I see that you're not the same Goku as before, and I'm curious to know how you will destroy the gods. I want to be around. Goku says, do whatever you want, but if you try to stop me, I'll fight you too. Vados then says, don't worry, I just want to watch. Goku then responds, whatever. Meanwhile, at Zeno's Daishikan's palace, he meets with Zeno-sama to tell him what happened. And when approaching, Daishikan says, Lord Zeno, Son Goku destroyed a god of destruction. This was a very reckless thing to do. What will you do about it? Zeno then responds, I won't do anything. We really needed to replace the current gods. If Goku gets rid of them, at least we don't have to erase them. Daishikan answers, and of course, Zeno-sama, I understand. And the high priest bows to the great Zeno and leaves the palace. Outside the palace, we see huge rocks with spheres on top. But in one of them, one of the spheres is off, while the others emit a glow, each one representing a universe and its respective god of destruction. However, number 6 is off. That is, Universe 6 was collapsing after all. With one of its gods exterminated, the balance has been compromised. Meanwhile, we observe Goku being accompanied by Vados that decided to follow on his journey. Goku is currently roaming the cosmos to find a way to go in search of a new target, to go on a search of a new god so that he can face him. And so, his journey continues. Goku's thoughtful, but even full of doubts, there are no more ways to go back on his decision. After all, he had already become a god killer, because he already used his power to kill a god, so there were no more choices he needed to continue his path. Vados asks, Son Goku, what is your motivation? Goku says nothing. Vados tries to create a dialogue, but does not get answers. However, Vados sees that Goku is too weak and says, Mr. Goku, how about we stop on some planet for a meal? At that moment, Goku's stomach starts to rumble, and he decides to stop. The universes are now in his hands. Goku and Vados will go on a great journey in search of the gods, and Goku wants to get rid of the burden of being a mere puppet. Goku and Vados are traveling the universe together. Vados obtained the cosmic cube so they could travel through space without worry. Goku is eating because he hasn't eaten in a while, and he's dying of hunger. However, Goku is different. Goku is not the same after everything he's faced. Upon obtaining the form of a god killer, Goku is taken by hatred and his spirit just wants to achieve his goals, to make the gods stop using mortals for their own benefit. Goku has become colder. His personality is more like of a Saiyan. And after meeting his father, Goku realized that to end injustices, he should let the Saiyan within him speak louder. At this moment, Goku is just a being who seeks to find freedom and reach where no one else can. He needs to fight the gods even if it ends up corrupting him or destroying him. But one way or another, he needs to fight. Vados is increasingly intrigued by Goku because she realizes that every second he gets more powerful without training. Wherever he exceeds his limits, he goes further beyond, as if each breath his power is renewed, thus making him stronger. Vados begins to see Goku with different eyes and admires him a little more every moment. And after Goku gets rid of Champa, she sees him as someone capable of battling the gods. The journey continues and Vados decides to ask, Mr. Goku, where are we going now? Have you thought about what your next step might be? Goku looks at her with a cold gaze and responds, It doesn't matter. Let's go anywhere. I still need to recover my energies to go after the gods. Vados then says, Wouldn't you rather talk to Zeno-sama and try to explain yourself? Goku responds, And what good would that do? Vados then says, Probably maybe that would help your mission. And he responds, I don't think it would solve anything. Vados goes on to say, If Zeno decides to erase you, then there won't even be a way to get where you need to be. Goku then becomes thoughtful and then responds, Well then, let's talk to Zeno-sama. Vados then decides to take Goku to Zeno's palace so that they can try to find a way out before Zeno decides to erase Goku from starting to hurt the gods. Meanwhile, in Zeno's palace, the High Priest is observing each universe in some kind of technological device and Zeno is playing with a board game. A game very similar to chess, but people are puppets similar to the gods of destruction of each universe. Daishikan approaches Zeno and says, Lord Zeno, Son Goku is coming to us. Zeno responds, Oh, that's great! It's been a long time since I last met him. The High Priest then responds, Really? Well, he will arrive soon. As soon as he arrives, I will bring you to his presence. Zeno says, "Alright, I'd like to talk to him." Sometime later, Goku arrives along with Vados, and the high priest was at the entrance apparently waiting for them. Daishi-kun says, "Welcome, son Goku. I'll take you to Zeno-sama." Goku looks at Vado, who just makes a sign with his hand, demonstrating that he didn't know anything, and the two start walking following Daishi-kun. They arrived at the hall where Zeno was. At that moment, Zeno gets excited and floats towards Goku, shaking his hand. Zeno seems to be happy, but Goku only shows seriousness, and suddenly the mood changes. Zeno asks, "Goku, are you not happy to see me?" And he responds, "It's not that, it's just, at the moment I don't know what's going on anymore." Zeno then asks, "Goku, well, I have a mission for you." Goku is surprised and responds, "What? What kind of mission?" At that moment, a gloomy climate takes over everything. Vado starts to shake and a drop of sweat runs down her face. Zeno approaches Goku's face and looks deeply into his eyes and says, "Destroy all gods of destruction." Goku is extremely surprised, and Daishi-kun starts talking. The gods of destruction are no longer qualified for the position they hold. They are neglecting their duties and always end up harming the development of the universes. The great Zeno-sama heard of Son Goku's desire to stop the gods of destruction, and so he decided to make it official. At this point, you have the freedom to face and defeat each one of them. You are now officially a god killer. Goku for a brief moment smiles. Vados observes with a serious face. After all, she doesn't quite understand what's going on. At this moment, the high priest continues to say, "Vados will go with you and accompany you on your journey. I hope you can accomplish the mission you so desire, and after accomplishing it, the great Zeno-sama will choose the new gods." At this moment, in respect, Goku kneels and says, "I will do this." Vados somehow feels happy because she will be able to accompany Goku. But not even she knows why she was happy, and then the meeting ends. Goku says goodbye to Zeno and Vados, and he goes on his journey. Goku is sitting inside Kubo with his arms crossed. At this point, he's even more motivated to find the gods. And so he says to Vados, "Now let's find the next gods of destruction. We have a big mission to accomplish. Where should we start?" Now where should we start? Vados then responds, "At this moment, we're close to Universe 8. We can try to find the destroyer from there, and then officially the mission will be started." Goku responds, "Okay, let's go." In the Universe 8, Liquids, the god of that universe, was calm on a planet where he could take advantage of doing nothing. After all, working was not his strong point. However, the sky starts to darken. An extremely loud bang makes the planet shudder. And from the middle of the clouds, a cube appears. Inside the cube, Goku and Vados approach. Liquid watches and waits for them to land. When they land, Liquid approaches and asks, "Hey, aren't you the warrior from Universe 7? What are you doing here?" Goku then responds, "I came here to defeat you." Liquid starts laughing and says, "How funny. You come all this way to tell jokes. Now, seriously, why did you come here?" Goku responds, "Are you seeing me laugh?" At this moment, Liquid gets angry, closes his fists and stares with a serious look at Goku. And at this moment, he says, "You really think that a mortal trash like you is capable of defeating me, a deity? Don't you dare to say nonsense anymore." Goku responds, "So what do you think you're testing whether your theory is right? Come over here and I'll show you what I can do." Liquid is serious. His aura starts to emanate from Goku, then continue his taunts. "For a lazy god, you even have a very strong aura. Let's fight a little. I want to see how far I can get." Goku smiles and Liquid gets even angrier. At this moment, he says, "Why do you want to face me so badly? It even looks like you're sure you can win." Goku says, "Really, I'm sure I can win this fight. And I want to fight you for a simple reason, that all the gods of destruction have already caused enough damage in this universe. Now it's time to make them taste a little of their own poison." But then starts walking slowly, and Goku screams, "Come on! Let's start this fight! Are you scared?" At that instant, Liquid disappears, reappearing in front of Goku, hitting an extremely powerful punch in his face, throwing him away. Goku lands on the ground but quickly recovers and gets back up. At this moment, Goku says, "Finally, we can start." Goku then transforms into God Killer, and his aura creates an intense glow that makes everything start to shiver. Liquid looks at that appearance and says, "Oh, now I get it. I will finish off here and now." To be continued. What will be the outcome of this battle between Goku and Liquid? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into the crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.